White guys, I'm in love with your farts. I'm in love with white guys' farts. I'm in love with white guys' farts. I'm in love with white guys' farts.
Okay, that's enough of that. Hello and welcome to Father Time, formerly Father and Son. I'm your host, Evan. Absent as always is Jer. To my left is my very good friend, Greg. First time on the podcast. Welcome, Greg.
Thank you. Welcome.
You might be sitting too far away.
Is this first time?
It is.
It's my first time.
And to my right is Charlie,
Returning guest.
who is a returning guest. What the frick is up, y'all?
Nothing
How's
much.
it been?
I'm in love with white guys' farts.
Yeah, I heard. You know what? Every time I think that I'm finally moving beyond having just a scuffed freaking podcast that
Nope.
my friends just don't allow me to move on from that.
Flawlessness is not an option.
It's just not going to happen ever.
Hey, speaking of scuffed, you're gonna have to cut out what I said at the very beginning.
I can cut out 1 second probably. But what if I don't, Charlie? Then what?
You have the editing skills to do that.
Probably not.
You can do that.
I'll figure
if
it
you
out.
can't do it, please
No,
let me do it.
I'll figure it out, dude. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
God, now everybody's just gonna be speculating what you
You'll never
said.
know.
You'll never
You
know.
take 1,000 guesses.
Yeah, you'll never know. So how's y'all's school semesters going? I haven't seen you guys since it all kicked off. My school semester is gonna suck.
Really, why is that?
The workload is just more than ever before. But
What are you doing?
I'm doing. It's like so. This is probably the first semester that I've done a complete all my classes are for my major, like English classes.
Okay.
And so everyone has a different reading and a different writing assignment each week. And the difficulty is not extreme. It's the amount of the work that I don't like.
Yeah.
This is our podcast now, Evan.
Was that a snoring noise?
Honestly,
That was
do you
my
want this to
growl.
be your podcast? Because you know what I miss the most about Jer being here? I miss that I have to control or attempt to control the conversation.
Hey
at
guys,
all
welcome
times.
back to Daddy Time with Greg.
You know what, Greg?
It's now Daddy and Father. Son is dead.
Son's been
Yeah,
dead.
why do you even continue to humor the idea that Jer is coming back? Or
Um,
that he's
not.
still...
that's part of the
his-
reason.
His energy is still part of this.
I know, but can I be honest with you? That's part of the reason why I've mentioned this the last few episodes, but I want people to get used to the idea. That's part of the reason why this podcast is not going to carry on much longer. This might even be the second to last episode for all I know.
Yeah.
I rebranded the whole channel recently into Evco Podcasts and not just Father and Son.
Oh, man.
Because I truly don't think that Jared's going to come back, at least not for a long time. And I want to do other audio projects and other podcasts. So I am going to probably wrap up Father Time / Father and Son very soon.
Yeah.
And I'll move on to other things. Archer and I want to do an antiquing roadshow style
That's awesome.
podcast in the summer. But before then, I might actually read some of my stories and stuff
Oh,
in
sure, dude.
out loud and have that be in an audio format. I kind of feel like I need to film myself doing that at the same time.
Let's do some audiobooks.
So yeah,
I actually want
want
to talk to you about that before, about doing it well. Getting good recording and breaking it up into chapters and stuff.
Sure, we
want to do
can
that.
totally discuss that. Absolutely. I have hardly considered the idea beyond just this is something I might want to do in the coming months. So you and I can sit down and have
Yeah, that'd be sick.
bigger discussion about that if you
Have
want.
you read them out loud before? For real? Trying to do the voices and stuff?
Not doing the voices, no. I've read portions of them out loud to myself to hear how they sound.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't had really the opportunity to read them out loud. But
So you just
I don't know.
do straightforward, no special voices or anything. You just.
I
go-
can't really do voices is the
Yeah.
problem. I can try to maybe lower my voices, what do you call it, the octaves, I guess.
Yeah.
I can kind of try to do that.
Yeah.
But the more, especially depending on the length of the story, some of them are very short. The longer ones, say 35, 40 pages, the more I try to do different voices or different octaves or whatever, my voice is going to wear out and break, and it's going to sound like crap by the end of it. So
that's what we got to do in like multiple days or something.
Mm-hmm.
We could definitely.
You should have if you're gonna do it yourself, you should do like a day where you do one voice, a day where you do the other, or you should bring in people that do different characters.
Well, that I thought about. This wouldn't work, I don't think, with a short story quite as well. But a lot of my ideas don't fit in the short story like prose format, and so I have worked on a few miniature screenplays. And some of them are like requiring a budget that Evco Productions does not currently have. And so Archer and Polish and the boys and I probably won't make actual videos of those, at least not for a long while yet. And so there might be some scripts that we get together as a group and we read those out loud, like first time reaction. Because I saw all this last year actors reuniting on Zoom and doing like read-throughs of old movie scripts, and I thought that was a super fun idea. And I don't know, we'll see if that can also happen during the summer.
Sweet, man.
But regardless of how it all like fits together, I feel confident in the ideas and the content that Evco can produce for 2021 at least. Beyond that, who knows.
Any big goals for 21?
I don't have goals with the channel or with my content overall beyond what I'm already doing. As far as I'm concerned, the beauty of making videos, making podcasts, etc., is the fact that I'm doing it with my friends and my brothers and all my favorite people. So as long as I can do that, I'm happy. But as far as like within the framework of like Archer and I have flat out storyboarded all the videos we want to make this summer. So there's a few of them. We're not like married to any of the ideas, so I don't want to say them and then have to come.
You want to clear
Archer and I aren't married. Let's clear the air on that. I think there's been some rumors about it lately.
It's not entirely obvious.
It's not true.
Sometimes.
So can you hear right now?
Yeah.
In front of all of your followers.
In front of all my followers.
Can you just tell us right now that there is no budgeting going towards any homosexual films on Evco Productions?
Why? Do you want more representation out of our Evco videos?
Asking. There's just been thoughts, rumors, things I've heard.
Yeah, there is currently.
Why are you sweating, man?
I'm not sweating.
Just kidding.
You're projecting. You're projecting onto me. I think you're the one who has. Yeah. But like I was saying, there's videos in that storyboard for summer that I'm like, we have to do this summer because I'm scared of like these are some of my passion projects, quote unquote. These are the videos that I really want to make, and so we need to get these done first or pretty quickly for fear of just like never getting the chance to do them. Because something that I'm having to think about is that, and I hate this because in the grand scheme of things, like the Evco Productions crap just started. It was like 7 or 8 months ago.
Yeah.
But I'm having to think about the fact that within the next couple years, everybody who I would be using to make videos with is likely going to be out of college and off doing their own thing. And at that point, I'm going to either have to slow the channel way down, or I'm going to have to fast find some new people to be in the videos, a new crew. And maybe it will be super easy. I'm not that worried about it yet. And that's for future me to, bother with. But that's a reality, is that in the next probably 2 years max, that's
It's
something.
going to have to be a roster change.
Yeah, there is. There's going to be, it's like, this is Monty Python right now. Consider, our whole troupe. And it's like, what if John Cleese was the only one left and had to get, a whole new band? And I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to have to.
You never know. I mean, you don't even know what you're going to be doing at that
I don't. I don't. And that's why I'm not...
You'd be freaking dead.
I know. That's part of why I want to get certain videos done ASAP.
Yeah.
I had this thing of, I'm aware that as an artist, there's always going to be, somewhere down the line, I'm going to die, and there's going to be some project left unfinished.
Yep.
But I'm trying to get, as much done as possible. Yep. And I don't think that it's morbid as, a 21-year-old to be thinking along those lines.
Nope.
because I mean, I don't like, dwell on it and get depressed about, I'm going to die. I'm just like, look, I am going to die. Everybody dies. I want to get content out because I enjoy the act of getting content out.
Yeah.
And I just want to say I did as much as I could do with whatever time I have.
I think it was Steve Jobs who said, like, all the important decisions I made in my life, I made with the knowledge that I'm going to die soon. And it's like, yep.
That's a good decision.
It's not morbid or like, it's not really anything.
It's realistic.
Neutral, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
anyways, moving on from death. Greg, every time I have somebody new on the podcast, we try to come up with like at least one charming little tale from our youth.
Yeah.
Do you have anything in particular, memories that you want to share with, like,
from
covering what you and I and Charlie have done, just so it's relevant to who's on the podcast?
I think we can clear the air on a few things.
I think I know what.
I know where it's going.
Can I guess real quick?
Yeah, guess.
Yeah,
It's about the discrepancy that y'all have in your memory.
Yes, I think it's going to be.
Particular after-school memory.
So, yes. Greg, I'll let you. Here's what I'll do.
I'll tell the truth.
Before
you'll come in and
before
lie.
I dispute, I'll just let you tell whatever you think.
No, I heard Evan make a comment about this the other day, and then I knew there was beef about it.
I've been making comments about it for the last few months because I've only recently revealed to Greg that I have a dispute with this.
This has kind of been, a blindsided betrayal, I guess, on my memory and my honor.
Backstabbing.
That's why for years, this is why I never told you that I had this discrepancy, because I knew it was going to just offend you.
No, of course. I think that anybody wouldn't want to hurt someone's feelings by lying to them and making them seem crazy for trying to remember.
Why don't you just...
Yeah, let's
why don't you just
out
stop
with
whining and
dive.
tell the story?
You're clearly hurt.
I am hurt. Okay, so it was a nice... it was a nice, brisk... It was a nice... It was a nice, brisk fall day, and I'm guessing, like, probably 2016.
Well, if we were in Tucker's class, our freshman year was
that was like sophomore year, I feel like.
15. We didn't have Mrs. Tucker's
it was freshman year.
Sophomore year.
Okay, 2015. The clouds were out.
The clouds
wasn't
were
much sun. Life was pretty dull. Life tends to get dull during the fall.
I see how you're laying in all the details, so you can make it seem more legitimate that your side is the true side.
Okay, all right. Well,
just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, me and Evan, the absolute rapscallions we were, we decided one day that we'd had enough of old Mrs. Tucker. I mean,
God love her. It was a boring class.
Yeah, great woman, exciting person to be around most of the time. But
I still have a chair from her classroom.
Really?
Do you remember those two round chairs that she had in the one corner of her room?
Yeah.
And people would always race into her classroom to be the ones to sit there and not at a table. I was in the room at the end of that year when she gave those away, and I got one and Seth got one. Wow. And I don't know if Seth still has his, but I still have mine.
That would make that would make a nice little area if you could get Seth's.
I know, right? Yeah. Well,
coffee table maybe.
If Seth still has his, he would be a jerk about it. Make me pay him money or something.
We're straying.
Asshole, yeah.
We're straying from the truth.
Let's let you paint the picture.
Yeah, I'm painting the picture.
I'm not going to interrupt again. Keep going.
Thank you. We just decided that at our school we went to, McKinney Christian Academy, it was not the hardest thing to get out of class and walk around.
No.
Not too much security, at least at the time we were there. No fences or anything you had to get around.
Yeah, they hadn't put the fence up back then.
They hadn't put the fence up until...
Those were the days, dude.
Those were the days. Those were the days that you could do things like we did that day. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we decided that it was a normal thing to skip class, be gone for about 20 minutes, come back, and the teacher was like, "Where have you been?" So me and Evan...
and you wouldn't get in trouble for that.
No, you wouldn't. I mean, you could.
Well, it depends on the teacher.
Yeah, exactly. We decided to take a little trip, and out in the fields, there's a spot over to the right where you can walk over these massive drain pipes.
Right. Because it's over the creek. The drain pipe is like a bridge over the creek.
Yeah. So we decided to walk over those. take a little like half-mile walk to the highway, the highway by school, and I remember vividly reaching out my hand, touching it, Evan with me, and taking a selfie at this bridge. And then we walked back to class and acted like nothing happened.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's one side.
So Joe Biden has had his 3 minutes. Now it's time for me to come in and say that I do not currently, nor have I ever, had one freaking ounce of a memory of this event. From the moment you first told that story to someone who wasn't me, like a group of people, I was sitting there and I heard this story, and if let's say this did happen, it would have been like a couple years probably after freshman year. So we were still in high school and you told that story probably to the rest of our friends, and I sat there silent as possible, just thinking, you lying SOB. That is not true at all. And
dude,
to be fair, this is what I'll give you, Greg.
Be fair.
To be fair, I have a crap memory for someone who's never done drugs. I really think that somebody must have slipped me drugs at some point in my life and just like killed my brain, because I remember certain things very well, but many things I have no memory of.
Okay.
So, to be fair, I will submit to you now that possibly this could have happened, and I possibly have no memory of it. I am still pretty firm with the idea that I didn't do this.
Yeah.
The reason being, and now to be clear for everybody listening, you and I absolutely, in Tucker's class, in art, and in a lot of other classes, walked around campus for 20 minutes, like left the classroom.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not, disputing that. I'm disputing the fact that I'm disputing the idea that we ever crossed the drain pipes and went over all the way to that bridge, touched it, and came back. The reason I'm disputing that is because, A, unless we ran a good portion of the way, it would have taken us forever to do this, and by the time we got back, we would have been in, like, a different class for 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And I was not particularly known for being fast, and I don't think I could have had the stamina to do this, especially as a ninth grader. B, I, as a ninth grader, was not particularly gutsy either, and I don't really believe I would have had the brass to even follow through with an idea like that. I really don't. Like, I'm going to just rip on my past self. I don't think I would have done that. Senior me, maybe even junior me, but for sure senior me, absolutely, I would have done that. Freshman year me, I don't know, dude. I don't know about that. And finally, if you could just produce this selfie, you realize you could shut me up.
I know, I could.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing.
Where is this picture, Greg?
Snapchat existed at the time. iCloud backup existed at the time.
Right.
A lot of the pictures that were taken are still in circulation somewhere. Have you made an effort to find these
Any
pictures?
kind of an effort.
What year was this?
Well, don't do it now. It'll take...
I know.
It seems
It would have been 2014 or 15. Not 2016.
If you were truly dead set
Yeah.
on bringing the truth to light here, I feel as if you would have already made an effort.
And let me tell you, if you find it right now, I won't even be surprised at this point, because like I said, I have a bad memory.
Yes.
And it's not impossible that this happened.
Of course.
I'm just saying
does
it's highly
Snapchat
unlikely.
Memory go back?
I really think it only goes back into probably early 2015. I didn't have Snapchat like that. Okay, here we go. We've got.
I guess I didn't either.
We've got. Sorry, I don't mean to. 2016. You see, this is my issue.
So the photo doesn't exist.
You've made. Hold on.
How convenient.
Hold on. You've made your bullet points.
Yeah. Okay. Rebuttal. Back to Greg.
Okay. Guy with great friend talks about amazing memory.
Don't Ferris Bueller me right now.
With complete self-belief.
Yeah.
Rebutted by a man with self-proclaimed memory loss. And not even
That's
complete...
But...
You don't even have complete confidence in yourself.
I don't. But I have 95% confidence.
And I have 100%
pretty
confidence in myself.
Do you?
Yeah, so I'd say that
because
you
here's the
split
thing.
that in half,
Here's the thing,
97% it happened.
Here's the thing. My memory's bad now.
Sure.
Back in like junior year, there was no reason for it to be bad. I would have remembered something that big. Like, my freshman year was so uneventful. If we had done that, that would have been like one of the highlights of the whole year.
Yeah, that's the
I
thing,
would
is,
have remembered that.
I think you all...
It has to be things like the threshold for what was exciting was so low.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So, like, anytime something even kind of memorable happened, it should be cemented in your brain.
And the thing is, Greg's like, I remember so many other things from freshman year. I remember like
All
after midterms going to like Bahama Bucks.
Yep.
And I remember like hanging out with you and Josh at the batting cages and like breaking that one bat.
Oh my, that was a great memory, dude.
That was a great memory. All these things I remember, and I'm like, I wonder if, no offense to you, like I could do the same thing easily, but like, I wonder if you didn't just like mix up one of these memories along with the idea of like, oh, we should have done this, or what if we did this?
Very possible,
dude.
And that's just all come together, or maybe you even dreamt it for all I know. I mean. That's got to be a possibility that somehow you mixed up.
It's interesting
memories.
to me that you guys have a shared bank of experiences, and then this is the one that y'all differ on. Because
right.
Clearly, there were shenanigans. That
absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. We had a great time.
We had a great time,
but
man.
We've had a great time in life.
With that, it leads me to believe that Greg may have made an oopsie at some point. May have slipped up a little bit.
And honestly, now
I don't think you're a liar. I
don't think he is either. I don't think he's intentionally lying about this.
Yeah.
I
got diagnosed with autism last Friday. I'm autistic.
No offense to our autistic viewers.
No offense to our autistic viewers. I'm autistic. That's all I have to say.
Are you being
anymore.
serious, dude?
No.
I
can't believe that you'd ask that.
I was asking a serious question.
Honestly,
anyway,
though,
let's move on. It's been 22 minutes.
I just want to say I regret not having disputed your story back in like junior or senior year, because probably back then we would have been able to find some way to know for sure whether or not that actually happened. I think we could have gone back and found evidence on your camera roll maybe, or we could have just both had better memories. I don't know, but
in a past life.
It's just gonna remain one of those great mysteries, I think.
I guess
from
so.
now on.
And you know what?
And you know what? When we get to heaven and I find out that I was right, I won't rub it in your face.
That's nice of you.
I know.
It's so funny that like if you go like just a little bit out of the way and then like go to like a small town in Texas, just like 30 minutes to an hour, and like ask people what their high school experience was like people got into like smoking weed and shit at like 11, and then we're like having a conversation about
did we or did we not walk to a bridge?
Yeah.
This is very important.
15.
Yeah. I just wasn't interested in that stuff.
Me neither.
Like,
I'm not saying it makes you like cooler. It's just funny.
No, I know, but like
difference between
but honestly, like people's differing high school and just teenage, lives in general is always a interest of mine, and I'm just like, even if I was interested in that stuff, I don't think I had the confidence to access it. I just don't think I could.
Yeah, it's not who we were.
Yeah.
Not the kids we were.
Anyway,
we need to take a little brief 90-degree turn to something else. I think we've hit the 24-minute mark.
Yeah,
we're never gonna agree.
Okay, fair enough.
This could go on for 3 hours, and
we'd
never agree.
It probably could.
Yeah.
With that in mind,
let's talk about the event.
Yeah, I guess you guys both have something exciting to share about. So we have had Marco and John on a few episodes ago.
I've got a page.
To announce
they were promoting?
Yeah. When they did that, I think it was episode 3 of this one that they came on, and for those of y'all who don't know, just go and listen to that one or go check out their social media. But they are the Dallas DODS crew, and the O in DODS is the Norwegian kind with the slash through it. but they're like doing their death diving thing, and they appeared on a episode to promote this one particular event. I think it's called DODS in the
Dirty South.
DODS in the Dirty South. That's right.
Which me and Greg are commentating the event.
And so that's part of why Charlie and Greg in particular are on this episode, is because they're gonna apparently be the freaking announcers.
Yeah.
Which, how'd y'all even get that gig? This came as a complete surprise to me.
Well, I suppose that Greg and I are just among the more charismatic.
Hey, I won't argue there.
People in the group.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of people that are willing to work for free. So.
Fair enough.
So
but like, it's astounding to me that, like, I guess that this event was set up for so long and they didn't already have somebody else hired.
What's also interesting to me, a lot of the important decisions about this event have been made in the past, 2 weeks.
Right.
So I'm willing to give the host some grace on that, because it's the first DODS event in America or something crazy like that. Like all of it's in Norway. So but they're definitely a little loose with the planning. But we're willing.
That does not surprise me.
No,
ever.
No, we've learned to be accustomed to that. But it's gonna be fun. We're trying to figure out our shtick right now.
Yeah, are you guys gonna have to God, see, the idea of announcing by itself, just taking at face value, seems fun, but the pressure of actually knowing am I gonna have to be funny for an hour or how long even is the event? Are you guys gonna have to be funny for 3 hours?
The event, the diving event itself, where they're actually jumping, will be 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're just pretty much freelancing this whole thing.
Yeah.
We've been given an itinerary, but we haven't really been told or asked to do anything in particular.
No.
Except to create a playlist that we haven't even been asked to do that. So
No, that it's all elective stuff that we've been doing. Every single idea is just on our own volition. So it's kind of weird. We're in a situation where we want to be fun and make it more fun for them, but we have no idea what they want.
Right.
So we're just
well, it's not an audience that y'all are used to.
Not at all.
And even because Marco and John are also fairly new at this, so I'm not even sure they could 100% tell you what the audience wants in that case.
No.
Because I think that John was telling me that the Red Bull event that they have in Norway or whatever the DODS originated, the commentators are just super boring and they don't care about what's going on.
Really?
And to be honest, neither do we. Yeah,
that's fair.
They've asked people that fit that exact criteria.
Yeah. Yes.
We want you to sound
Except
boring.
that we won't sound boring.
No. Yeah.
That's what we're trying to get over.
I think
let's bring Southern charm to
we're gonna lean into and embrace the fact that we don't know what's going on instead of pretending like we know what's going on, which I think is gonna bring a good dynamic.
You should just try to do all these goofy names of the dives, make stuff up. It's there's
that's a back channel turn twist.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody knows what that is. If you just say that,
yeah,
it's funny, and some people might actually buy it at the same time too, which is also funny.
Something I was thinking that would be fun is to not plan out the names until the day.
Oh no, of course not.
And maybe not even come up with them on the spot as they're leaving our mouth, but just type them out while we're there, while we're watching people warm up.
Yeah,
and try to identify what is what.
We're also gonna probably be just pretending we know who these people are and not saying the right names until they've been crowned. Which, to be honest, what have you earned? What have you earned if you're up there on the platform?
That's part of what I tried to...
Yeah.
That's part of what I tried to ask Marco and John on their episode was what do you get if you place or win this tournament? And they were I don't even remember what they said. I don't even think it was medals. It was T-shirts. And I was
dumb. I need to talk to them about that. They need a good prize.
They need a legitimate prize. Well, the thing is, I think they're trying to, as fun as it is, treat it like a real sport.
Yeah.
And in a real sport, you just win.
You win, but you get
trophy,
if you win NASCAR, you get money and.
But it's not I guess it's not like this is the championship of all the DODS tournaments.
But you go to a cross country event that's in the middle of freaking. Butt-ass nowhere.
You're giving me war flashbacks, dude. Don't talk about that.
You're going to get a plaque that at least says first place.
They've got to have something.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
If not, me and Zach are going to take complete control over even further brand selling.
Tell the people who Zach is.
Yeah, actually, Greg, plug in your brand. Talk about that
of course.
For a second.
So, my buddy Zach and I, we have this company called Wear Old.
Now, can I just stop you right there and say, how does one technically make a company? Like, do you have your website out there? Do you have business cards? Like, how official are you as a company?
Yeah, of course. Thanks for helping with my my self promotion.
Yeah.
We have a website. It's wear_old.com. And we sell vintage clothing at reasonable prices.
Where do you get the vintage clothing?
Oh, Evan, you can't.
I'm curious about.
Can't give away those kind of secrets.
Can't divulge those secrets. Those are
secrets. I'm just wondering, did you guys get a bunch of vintage clothing that was in your own closets, and you were like, I don't need this anymore. I should sell it.
You can find things in Grandpa's
hire
closet.
some little kids in China, or what's the deal?
There's there's this crazy trend popping up in the last a week or so called thrifting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very new.
Very new. No one's ever done it before.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys.
So you're reselling things.
Yes, it's a resale company.
Fair
it's
enough.
A resale of old items that are just as good as new items, even better possibly.
Which is a fair business because people need to reuse.
Yeah,
clothes.
it's you definitely reuse before recycling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But anyways, we sell vintage clothing, which is year 2000 or earlier. Now that 2021's a thing, it's 2000 year 2000 clothes are now vintage.
That hurts.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
20 years is
20 years. It's 20 years for something to be vintage and 100 years for it to be considered antique.
Huh.
So we're all vintage.
Really? Yeah. Is that an objective?
No, that's an objective fact.
I wasn't aware that there was an objective.
And, if something's made before 1920, it's an antique.
Oh,
it's either 90 or 100 years, depending on who you ask.
Interesting.
But yeah, 90 years is the cutoff for stuff like that. So that's why cars in the 30s, you don't really call a 40s car vintage. You call a 30s car vintage or a 20s car.
20s car antique.
Yeah, car. I mean, yeah,
antique. You mean?
Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, antique. So
that means my life is a lie. That means every time Archer and I have gone antiquing, we're really going vintaging.
Yeah,
because I don't think there's anything in the downtown antique malls that's 100 years old.
Possibly not.
Random thing.
It's you depending on who you ask, it's 70 to 100 years. Normally 90. People put the cutoff at 90.
Interesting.
So we're
But anyway, you guys are sponsoring the event.
Yeah, we're helping sponsoring the event. There's 3 companies sponsoring the event, 2 that are strictly death dive related, and then we're going to be outfitting some of the jumpers and giving out. We're going to be helping with the prizes.
Yeah.
If there are prizes, I mean, we might be the only prize, but holding a raffle, selling clothes.
Okay.
Making memories,
Yeah.
Yeah, but my buddy Zach, who owns the whole thing, I'm more of a 25% owner.
Gotcha.
I own my own branch of it called Wear Old Texas.
Okay.
But it's also I'm also involved in the main brand. But he's flying down from Minnetonka, Minnesota.
Wow.
In 4 days to come and hang out for the event. And
yeah,
it's going to be pretty awesome. Just some promotion.
Where's this going down? Is it going down at...
It's going down at John's house and somewhere in North McKinney, Texas.
Yeah, in about 5 days, right?
Are you kidding me? Yeah. The event itself is at John's house?
Yes. Well, because he has a ton of land.
He has that platform.
I know, but I thought it was at some cliffs or something. Y'all aren't even having to go anywhere.
They've got a 30 footer.
Well, that's well, I knew that.
Your
but
boy
I didn't...
built.
Yeah, that's... Well, I actually want to talk to you about that in a second. But wow, that totally blew me away though just now, because I was half the reason why I haven't signed up to go to this thing is because I thought I was going to have to drive
Lake Whitney or something.
Yeah.
Oh no, dude.
I could totally come to this. I didn't realize. Totally. Okay, fair enough.
Dude. Apparently they've got a good following coming from a distance standpoint.
What's that parking situation going to be like?
Well, they got a bunch of land in the back, behind the pond, where there's a big strip, the property
dividing line, whatever you want to call
I
it.
see.
And it's like there's like just a freaking mile-long row of mowed grass where people can park and camp and stuff. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so for you listeners, if you don't know, John is our friend who's putting on the event, hosting it. Him and Marco are both on the Dallas DODS crew, and in his backyard is probably I'd say half the size of a football field lake.
Yeah.
About a third or a half, and he's got it's like a small pond, but it is literally his backyard. Like you walk out his back porch and it's 40 feet to this thing.
Yeah.
And it's deep enough to where they've built on this tree beside it this 30-foot platform that apparently that's what people jump off of and do tricks and such. And
Right.
it's super, super sick. And so
yeah,
there's like a half-mile strip of road that goes into these woods in his backyard that they're going to be camping at. It's going to be pretty awesome.
Sick. So it starts Friday or Saturday?
Friday?
Because I heard it Friday.
It starts Friday, and we're not actually doing any jumping that day, like for real. I say we, like
It's
I'm
like the
doing
practice day.
But it's the practice day. Everybody's going to show up in the afternoon, and then there will be a rave from 7 to 12
Sick.
in the woods.
In the woods.
And I am DJing. Me and John are DJing, which is going to be very fun.
Can't wait to get slaughtered by Jason Voorhees. It's going to be fantastic.
So that
all sounds like a heck of a time. I'm excited for that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Me and Charlie are going to be the hosts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we actually need some help brainstorming some ideas for
Yeah.
I'm always open.
What we were talking about a few days ago was doing like a 7th inning stretch, like dot race, but like people are swimming across the freezing cold pond. I think
Lovely.
the low that night is gonna be that day is gonna be like 25.
I don't know.
Oh my
I don't know
goodness.
how they do that. It's freaking insane, dude.
Someone might just die for all we
Maybe
know.
they
We gotta
will.
have lifeguards or
Yeah.
something. It's not good. But
No.
Yeah, I was talking to them. They said that they didn't have a licensed lifeguard that will be at the event, which needs to change.
Well, anyway.
well, you hope for the best.
We'll hope for the best.
Sounds like a great time. But Charlie, I do want to because you mentioned it earlier, it reminded me. So I was having a conversation a few episodes ago with Archer about his carpentry stuff, and I meant to.
He does carpentry?
Yeah, a little bit. He's built like a desk and a bookshelf and stuff over the course of like several years. And so I know that you got into some of that. Like you built that picnic table in y'all's backyard, right? So I was like, just wondering, like Archer and I had the joke of like, you get a certain age and you move out of your parents' house and it's like, man, I just want to make something, you know? And I know I've seen your social media, like you've really kind of been hammering that idea home. You've become very like anti-technology and pro caveman. I know, which is like, it butchers your point, but like, that's basically that's like going down.
That is essential. I don't know if I'm anti-technology. I just think like using
you're just pro getting off of technology.
I am pro getting off of it.
Absolutely fair. You should be. We all should be.
I'm pro using it for personal gain and then throwing it in the garbage.
And I feel like, first of all, that's just such a difficulty for me, and probably I imagine for you and a lot of people who are creative nowadays, because that means school and our hobbies are kind of channeled basically through technology. At least for me. I use my laptop for school. I use it to write. I use it to, do podcasts. I use my phone for videos and whatnot. And so, like, there's definitely been, I haven't up and quit as much as you have, but there's definitely been this thing of, like, I need to actually take internet off of my phone. And I have done that. And I've taken YouTube even off my phone unless I'm putting out a video. And there's been this whole thing of, and like I've gone back and forth the last few months of like putting stuff back on that shouldn't have been on there and like taking it off again. And there's been this whole battle of the self basically where I am trying to get off of technology as much as I can. I can't get off of it completely, unfortunately, because like I said, so much of my life revolves around using it to produce things. And I know it's the same way for you.
Yeah, nobody really can like totally get off of it unless I feel like you have to be like over a certain age, and even still you have to like campaign. That has to be your job. Like there are multiple people that will just go around. They write books on why you should get off social media.
Sure,
but it's like no 20-year-old is
gonna.
It's like how we grew up.
Yeah.
So like, and I haven't done that either. But like getting in, like I've barely gotten into woodworking or anything like that, but like in the few projects that I have done, it's just more of a reaction against like the how robbed of skills we are as a generation because of these things. And it's like I did start with like just like taking internet off my phone and stuff, but it's like something about having it, the phone itself, like the ritual of it, like pulling it out and stuff. And it just freaking drove me insane. So.
Well, that's the part I hate, is because I totally have those moments where I take out my phone and I just stare at the home screen. Yeah. And I'm like, am I supposed to be doing something with this right now? Yeah. And I still haven't broken through that twitchy habit of just trying to open up an app.
It's too built in. You can't have it and expect to break the habit. It's just like you either have it and then accept it or don't. I think it's too late for there to be an in between. Honestly,
you're probably right.
Yeah, but that's my. I think more people should just get into like whatever, like like carpentry and stuff. I'm a straight up like beginner still, but it kind of makes me less depressed to do it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It also just surprised me, I think, because it was such a. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not. From the outside looking in, it was such a like different thing than what I'm used to you doing. Yeah. And so I don't know. It surprised me that I guess that you like chose that to particularly like diversify your skills. Like what led you to that one in particular?
I thought that like the only thing I would ever like is music, but like music's awesome. But there's more time in life.
Yeah,
like there honestly is. And I just think you need to have at least one other thing kind of bounce back and forth between.
Right.
In order for like, and I haven't applied this to my life at all, but in order for there to be like any real progress in anything, you have to have like a completely unified focus on like one specific thing in order to get good at anything. But it's like, in order to not go crazy, you need to have other facets. Sure. It just kind of looks better, makes you feel better.
Yeah.
To have something else to like.
That goes like my favorite part of that conversation that you and I had a few months back that was 6 hours long. About like Charlie and I basically catch each other up on our creative like journeys every once in a while, and we often find that we're in similar places, and it just helps to unload on each other, I guess. Not in a gay way, but... Did you like my word choice there?
Evan, please, repeat yourself. Can you confirm or deny that Evco Productions is doing any homosexual filming?
I can strongly deny. Maybe Archer's doing something behind my back. Maybe you should ask him about it.
No, maybe that's why Jared's been so quiet.
Maybe that is why Jared's been so quiet. He didn't go to the military. He went to Vegas.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, Jared. For when you...
Listen?
He'll listen sometime down the line.
That's true.
Anyway,
rest in peace, Jared.
Rest in
peace, you cheeky boy.
But my favorite part of that conversation, the latest one that you and I had, Charlie, was that you said like there comes a time when we have to decide as artists, like if I really want to do something with this in my life, I've got to dedicate myself to the study and practice of it to such a degree that it might not even be fun.
Yeah.
And eventually I will get to a place where I can do it perhaps for money. And then maybe, once I'm good enough, I'll get to a point where it can be fun again. And the more I thought about that after that conversation was over, I'm just like, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah.
I am passionate about writing and about movies, and about videoing things, and about recording things. But I don't think I'm passionate about any of those things to the degree that I'm willing to actually remove most, if not all, of the fun from it for a significant amount of time to be, like, truly good at it. I would rather just keep having fun for forever, for as long as I can do it, than, I think it's different for other people. Like, some people may not feel that they have other options in life, career-wise or, differently. I feel that I have options as a, budding, perhaps, teacher of some kind is kind of where I'm at right now. But, no matter what I become in the future, I feel that I have several potential job opportunities that
Yeah.
means I don't have to lean on writing or anything like that. Like, it's not my only saving grace, basically. So I don't know, but like, are you? And Greg, this counts for you too, I guess, because we haven't ever really talked about your artistic, like goals, I guess. But like, for either of you, are like, would you say that's the case for you, or the opposite is the case for you? Like, how much do you guys want to do with, be it music, be it something else, with whatever you're interested in?
I think that if you have a hobby or an interest that you're wanting to turn into something that you make money off of, you have to balance it with equal things that will definitely make you no money. Because if your thing that you love, or if there's something that you like, the only thing you love that is your hobby or you're passionate about, if that is something that's just bringing continual disappointment and you have nothing to kind of bring you back to earth with, you're not gonna be proud of yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna peter out.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if too many people don't have something that...
It's the shower.
Just ignore it. It's fine.
Yeah.
The mic will barely pick that up.
Yeah, keep on talking.
The thing that you do needs to be able to bring you a sense of accomplishment, because, like, I don't know, too many people don't have something that they do that they can, like, sit back and go, wow, I accomplished something today.
Yes.
You know?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I've recently gotten kind of interested in videography and graphic design, as well as, like, I feel like I flip-flop around. You can kind of tell that by my living situation in the past.
But I kind of
30 years.
always thought you were going to be like that.
Yeah.
I feel like you've got that kind of open heart and open mind to where you're good to skip around for several years.
It's been enough years for me.
Really? Has it?
Yeah, I'm ready to. I really kind of want to, even if it's for the sake of fixing it up and selling it. Like, I want to have been able to buy like a house on my own by the time I'm like 25.
Really?
Just any like being able to say I bought a house at 24. Like, anything past 25, I feel like is like, oh, that's
it's
expected.
Standard, but like,
yeah,
then
it's like, oh, that's awesome, but it's like, so many, like, it's something your kids can say about you.
Yeah. You're not blowing in your mind getting a house at 28. It's just normal.
It's like, oh wow, I bet you got this awesome job as a petroleum sampler. Like,
yes.
You know, but I'm ready to finally finish school, because it means very little to me.
Yeah. Preach.
And
Same here.
And finish, and finally pick where to settle down, which is, the choices are narrowing. I don't want to be anywhere on the East Coast or the West Coast. Like,
I've never seen a reason to go anywhere else but this general area. Like, my wife would have to have, like, family elsewhere or a really great job opportunity elsewhere or something for me to really want to leave the DFW area. I love this area. I know you want to go places, Charlie.
I am so overcooked.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm about.
Is that a reference to the Texas heat, or a reference to?
I'm overcooked and if I'm referencing this as a womb.
Yeah.
And also it's hot.
Fair enough.
I'm really hot.
A womb.
You're ready to birth?
I'm an overcooked baby.
You're an overcooked
it's
baby.
It's been 10 months.
Ready to birth.
I'm ready to birth,
post-mature.
and I hope it flings me far away. I hope I get flung to South America.
Now, let me ask you: when you get flung, are you wanting the umbilical cord to be snipped?
All right.
No, I know what you're saying.
You like the umbilical
no,
cord?
I think I need to keep that umbilical cord.
Okay, cool.
So you do want to know that you can always come back here, but you also just want to.
I wouldn't be willing to like leave the United States forever.
Yeah.
But I have seen. I think Texas is beautiful, but it's like, I personally. There's out of creative necessity, I need to see something else. It's
Arizona,
crazy.
Fair enough. Yeah.
No, exactly. Like, I just went to the Grand Canyon, and within like 2 days, I feel like a different person after just having seen a new landscape. Nothing profound happened to me there. I just saw it, and I was like, I have a bank. It's like a little thing that I can internalize, and then come back and like makes living here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a hard life. It's just waking up to see the. I've always said like our entire lives are central to like 8 exits on one highway, especially you and me.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
I don't like that. I want to expand that range of exits.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. I mean, I understand that viewpoint, and it's like, I certainly don't mind, going to see other places, and I like vacationing, but I'm a man of routine as far as like daily life goes, and I don't know that I'd want a very different overall, I guess, setting than what I have now.
Don't you feel like there's a value in actually being able to start fresh? People always say that I need to start fresh.
I do, but I haven't felt the need to start fresh, I guess. Maybe I will.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I'll want to go someplace else. But as far as like going to see new places, especially, for creative inspiration, like what I've always wanted to do is to specifically take like maybe a month to go to some place and just write only about it.
Yeah.
Like, try to do that really old-fashioned thing of, like, I sit here in this, romantic country's hotel, and I look out the window at what I see, and I write a story about what I see.
Yep. Yeah.
I even got that a little bit when I was in Belize, which is, to be perfectly honest, at least when I was there, not terribly different than a rural Texas setting. At least, there's obviously a lot of, unfortunate areas in and around that country, but the places that I was at were pretty similar to what I imagined from it. But even then, there was enough differences to where I thought, like, if I can sit out here in this marketplace for a whole afternoon and just take notes and stuff, I could probably write a story based solely around this, and it would for sure be different than anything I've written before. So I totally understand the appeal creatively in going other places, and I definitely have the goal to do something like that.
One thing that I've learned being up in California, around literally half of the people there are from like Finland and Australia and England and
really,
and yes, dude, it's crazy. Like, because all these people are going up there to do this ministry school that are from all these different like Eastern countries. And one thing I've realized is that, not to get political, but America.
We got 8 minutes left. Go ahead, get political.
America does a good job of making us scared that nowhere else will make us feel as free as we are here.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What I've noticed, because there are people that love their country even while they're living in America, and there are people that say that America is a great place to live, which I think it definitely is, but I think that there's a reason why I've just always been scared of like packing up and moving to like Australia or something, where people seem to really love their place. I think that it's less of a risk than it seems like. And I mean, America's a great place, especially as like white males, to really feel successful.
As straight white males, I can confirm America is a great place.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is.
It really is
awesome. Yeah, it's a great place. Yeah. And I think that it really isn't the craziest thing to go somewhere for a month and rent out an Airbnb or something and just live there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, everything that you do on a day-to-day basis will be pretty much the exact same.
Yeah,
you just go to different places, but like...
Yeah. And learning to, even if you have it helps to be somewhere beautiful, because it makes you like kind of able to be alone a little easier, which might be a good or bad thing, because like there's kids nowadays that are just like have like an iPad shoved in their face, and like when we were kids, like you're driving down the road with your parents, like you're just expected to just sit there and look out the window, which I think did a lot of good for us, to be able to just be okay with not having anything to do. And I think that's kind of just tailing back to like woodworking or different hobbies, makes it just, I don't know, it's good to have something that you can sit the phone down or kind of just be like, I don't need to talk to anybody or update anybody on what I'm doing. This is just fun.
Yeah.
Right. It's important to be able to sit alone with yourself and not do anything.
Yeah.
Because
do things
just like scientifically, I'm pretty sure that functions as like kind of a brain reset or refresher. And
I need more than that. I need a freaking life reset.
Really?
Yeah. I need to. I could go somewhere more boring.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
No, like Wyoming.
Yes. Like I think you go to somewhere
Kansas.
with less to do
Yeah.
and be better, I think, right now.
Yeah.
Really?
It's because it has nothing to do with Texas itself or what there is to do here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I need that complete reset.
These people that like used to be like builders or people that just learned how to kind of release that dopamine without anybody else's help or something. Those are the kind of people I want to be when I'm old, that like love to just sit on their back porch and look out at nothingness and just chill there.
I've been starting to do that. Like I saw this tweet that was like, I see why all these old people be sitting on their porches. This shit rocks.
Yeah, it does. It's like you spent your whole life like making rocking chairs.
Yeah.
And then you just sit out here and you're just so amazed at the nothingness.
Yeah.
Back when I was a child and getting up at sunrise didn't like freaking kill me for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I used to go out at my grandparents, and I would go out on the back porch because my granddad would do that. He was one of those guys, and we would just sit there and watch the sunrise, and we would sometimes like see a deer or some coyotes off in the distance, and for sure there's an appeal in that.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been going to bed at 7:30, waking up at 5.
Holy crap,
literally
that's a ton of sleep.
10 hours
That
of
is
sleep.
a ton of sleep.
I did that the past 3 days. I've been going to bed at like 9:30 on the average.
Yeah.
10:30 is like a late night for me now.
Really?
I've woken up, made my coffee,
honestly,
worked out, and eaten like one vegetarian meal a day.
Yep.
I feel like
you lose me there, but
no, dude, that's so real.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I eat the exact same dinner every day.
Are you kidding me?
It's so good.
That's why you feel like you have a mundane, boring life, because you're eating the same dinner.
I'm leaning into it.
Okay.
It's already mundane and boring.
You've told me, Evan, literally ever since we met, that I'm gonna have the most average, boring life.
I didn't ever say it was average or boring.
No, just like
I don't think you ever said
that. I said you were going to have a classic white picket fence.
Yes.
Leave it to Beaver style life.
I think you're going to end up being the type of
person
that your parents are.
Yeah, probably.
Which is fine.
They're
yeah, good people.
No, they're great.
And I mean,
the way that our parents live, especially considering the years out in the country, will be like paradise in the future.
It's true.
Especially consider it's paradise now.
Yeah,
dude,
it's gonna get worse.
Yeah, life's just gonna be. Shit, we're ending on this note.
Yeah, why?
I did this to
Charlie, you brought us down in these last 10 minutes, man.
I don't know what it is. I just can't stop doing that. Like in conversation.
But the thing is like you don't always do that.
I'm in love with white guys' farts. I'm in love with white guys' farts.
Get it out of here. Get it out.
I got something to end on real quick.
You need like a specific few people to keep you from going down.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. You also need someone to remind you
the first episode you were on, you didn't bring the place down.
You need someone in your life that views life like way too depressing to make you realize that there are things that suck, but it's not as bad as they think it is.
Mm-hmm.
But also, hey, let's go to this, Evan. This is one of the last podcasts. I'm
one of the last for a while.
Podcast
for a while. So, how long have you been doing this? Like close to how long?
I want to say, what is it? This is still January on when we're recording this, so I think we started, Jared and I, in like September of last year.
Yeah.
And then the Evco videos were started a couple months earlier than that.
Rounding in on 4 months.
Sure.
Give or take.
Yeah.
That's a lot. How's it changed you? Have you learned anything? Because I've
learned some things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like new to this podcast thing. I mean, I haven't really been a guest on a podcast before.
I understand.
I did
only 10 people are going to listen to it. Dude, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I did
Those
that.
videos were hilarious.
Did you think?
You should have done more of them.
Dude, I know.
I was disappointed there weren't more.
COVID hit and we
That's fair.
all separated. And
Yeah.
We're actually thinking about doing a reunion.
A Batch Boys reunion?
Season.
I think you should.
A Zoom reunion season. I'm not joking.
100% think you should do that.
It was very fun to
go
be
check
invested.
out Batch Boys on YouTube.
Yeah, Batch
it's
Boys
freaking
YouTube
gold.
channel.
Speaking of COVID hitting and stuff that we're supposed to do, we gotta get Tank Top Summer going again.
I've gotten it going.
Tank
Got
Top
it going.
Summer.
Yeah, I've been.
The summer of 2021 is Tank Top Summer.
No. It's not. It's not tank top summer.
Great.
What is it?
Because, dude, it's gonna be crop top summer.
Crop Top Summer?
Where?
No.
No.
God,
Hold on.
Please.
Hold on.
Please.
No, listen. Not that we'd wear crop tops, but that we could
Okay.
Okay.
and look sexy.
Well, that's what
I
that's
want
what
to
Tank
believe-
Top
It's
Summer
like tank
was.
top summer,
Greg.
but it's like this area also, like, you know what I mean? Like tank top
Your
summer,
your
you
abs.
can have big delts, big traps, and like you could wear like the ones that cut off here, and you'd look sexy. But you gotta like have
Dude,
like
that's for
zero
women.
body fat around the waist or anything.
Greg.
Women wear crop
Greg.
tops.
I really.
But men have started to wear them.
Men
And
start
I'm
to wear
not-
crop tops?
I'm not trying to say we'd wear one. I'm just saying like
Greg, I
If you
really,
did, it would be weird.
If
I
you-
really want to believe that you won't wear one, but I feel like if you get in that position, you're going to wear one.
maybe I might become a man whore by then.
I want to get so...
Let's-
I want to be so strong.
Okay, crop top summer. I mean tank top summer. Is it? We can do it because we got like 5 months.
Because
we
last
have the
last
perfect
year,
amount of time.
for the audience, last year we started in like March.
Yeah.
And that's not enough time
To
for
get
Tank
that
Top
good
Summer.
We
summer
realize
bod.
Tank
that.
Top Summer starts in May. Okay? And that's not enough time at all. I mean, you could get... If you went
So
crazy,
basically, you have to start now.
we have to start right now.
No, I mean, dude.
Let's do it. And then by the end of Tank Top Summer, we'll be golden gods.
We will be golden gods.
We'll be brazen heroes.
We'd have to do a mixture of working out and tanning.
Yep. The
That's
tanning will
that's the
come
key.
natural.
The tanning will come
Yeah.
out because we're here.
We gotta do a lot of skinny dipping so we can get an even.
But for real, I think it would be. I think we should do it because it's getting. Think about this. You growing up with a dad that's strong, is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We both have.
Yeah.
Not
both
me.
have
My
grown
dad's
up with-
calves are insane. We should go look at his calves.
And we'll just insert one on this podcast. We'll make that the title.
That'll
is
be the promotional
Tony's Calves.
photo.
Tony's calves is the title of this podcast.
All right, Greg said it. It's going to be true now. I was going to name it something else, but
Or Tank Top Summer 2021. Or whatever.
Tank Top
well,
Summer might be better. It's
this'll
more
have to be-
clickbaity.
We'll have to commit to it, and we did.
We did.
If we make but we have the capability to like meal prep together too.
I know. Well, you know what I'll be eating? I'm eating potatoes, roasted potatoes and okra,
You can make
sauteed onions,
you can make some good roasted
And Spanish
potatoes,
rice.
and that rice you make
Indian
too
rice.
is good.
and Indian rice.
Dude,
Is it
I
real?
have a
Is
great-
that stuff really that good for you?
It
Like that's
is the perfect,
what you should be eating.
Perfect meal.
Listen,
Really?
Well, I mean, it's not like there's a bunch of different. It's just that there's no crap in it.
talk
Yeah.
to me.
All
Talk to me here.
okay.
We need to learn how to make bomb sofritas.
Yep.
Like, tofu.
Yeah.
It's fire.
It's so good.
Mm.
I agree. I had one like a couple days ago.
Anytime I go to Chipotle, I'll get it, and it is nice.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't want to talk about
Anyways.
Tank Top Summer anymore. We can
I
talk
got
about
a
that in
message
private.
to share
Yeah.
with the audience real quick.
Well, Charlie, please.
America, some people want small.
You can't put this.
I can't put that
I'm
on.
banning that from this podcast. No, Greg, no. There's
Evan
no
doesn't-
more.
Evan's shutting down free speech.
I'm shutting down free speech on this
Evan's a
podcast.
dictator.
I don't normally censor things. I'm censoring this.
White guys, I'm in love with your farts. I'm in love with your farts. White guys, I'm in love with
This
your
has been
farts.
Father Time. These are my friends.
Hey, come to
I don't
come
freaking
to
know
Dawes in
why.
the Dirty South.
Yeah, come to DODS in the Dirty South. Also, participate in Tank Top Summer. Buy Greg's clothes.
If you come
watch my
to-
videos.
If you come,
We're ending it there.
if you come to Dawes in the Dirty South, and you mention, if you come up to me at our booth, which we will have a booth, a Where Old booth,
Yeah.
and you whisper in my ear, "It's Father Time," I will give you a free item.
Use promo code as
I'll
Father
give you-
Time.
Does that count for me too?
Promo code is Father Time. Buy your tickets. Come to the booth. Whisper in my ear. You'll get $10 off.
All right.